Hello and welcome back to another video, and in today's video I have a list of jobs to do today and in today's video, and one of them is to top this field. You may know from my previous video I topped one half of the field, but I wasn't going to topping this half of the field because we had 4 cows in it, 4 cows that are hopefully in calf. We won't know until we get them scanned, but they are all bulled. And none of them have repeated, so we are assuming they are in calf, so hopefully, fingers crossed, they are in calf. But anyways, I could top the other half of that field because it was only rushes, but in this half you have docks, rushes, thistles, ragwort and a lot of other unwanted species of stuff as well. And if I went in and topped this along with the ragwort, the 4 cows could possibly eat it if it was topped, and it could have fatal consequences. If I leave them in the ground and I leave them growing without topping it while they were in here, they wouldn't bother going near it. So yeah, that is that. So we're gonna come in here, then top all this, and then the father did say to roll it, so the roller is just over there. Now I don't know how well it's going to roll, because the ideal time to be rolling a field is sort of March, April and then May at the latest, where the ground conditions, the actual field itself has a bit of give, not soft, spongy, so when you come over and roll it, it'll have a nice impact on it. But because we've had a week or so of dry weather with very little to no rain, this field here, our softest field, is actually ground conditions very, very good for what it is. Obviously drains need to be cleaned and all that, so the water the field is basically waterlogged. I think last year over the winter there was water literally lying on top of the surface, so a big job needs to be done in this field. So yeah, so when I get this topped, I'm going to give the whole lot, put the roller onto the 135 and give it a quick rolling. I don't know how much impact it's going to have on the ground, because the ground doesn't have a whole lot of give in it. There might be a bit of give over in the other half, a bit spongy, because that's the softest half of this field. But the roller is sitting here waiting patiently to be used. I never thought I'd be rolling a field in August, but there you go. When he said to roll it, I was thinking to myself, I might as well, because once I get all this topped, I want to come in here then with the mulcher in the next day or two, and just give the whole lot of quick mulching as well. Because when I come in with the topper to top the rushes and whatnot, it is leaving a sort of a small little layer of rushes, the stump of the rushes, the bottom of the rushes left. I might have shown you that in the previous video when I was topping the other half of the field. So yeah, that's what I want to do today. Come in here, top it, then roll it, and then obviously come in again at a later date, but you know, after a day or so, and just give it a quick mulching and see will that help improve the rushes situation a little bit. It's not going to eliminate them, because a lot of drainage work and just you know, drainage work in general needs to be done in this field, which would be a massive help when it comes to eliminating the rushes, but that's just it. And then later on in the evening, there is a job I want to do on the David Brown 850. So yeah, but first of all, topping, rolling, and then David Brown 850 work, tractor work. Also I want to get the mulcher tuned up as well, so once I have all this topped with the International 674, I'll probably put the mulcher on the 674 as well. But I want to sharpen the flails on it, grease it all up, anything that needs greasing, give it oil if it needs oil, all that fun stuff. So yeah, topping, rolling, servicing the mulcher, and some tractor work, hopefully all in today's video. Though I don't know about will I do the rolling or not in the video. Well, I don't know will I record the rolling or not, but I will be rolling today. So yeah, I will go and get the International 674 and we'll make a start. Right, so we are topping. I have 2 rings done and I'm on my 3rd one, and she's topping away nicely. So it's not too bad. I am topping in high first because the rushes in this half are not as big and not as thick as the rushes in the other half that I topped a few days ago and in my previous video. So I should be able to get this done hopefully without leaving high first, which is not too bad. Yeah, not too bad at all. And I should get this big top fairly in about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Once I have it topped in, we'll take the transport box off the 135 and we'll put the roller onto it, and then we'll give the whole field a roller. I don't know how well, as I mentioned, it's going to have an impact on the ground, but the father said to roll it, and I was half inclined to give it a quick roll as well before I come in with the mulcher, which is what I want to do. I want to give the whole lot, the whole field, I'll go with the mulcher and just tidy it up that little bit more, and to give the rushes an extra little bit more of a trim, of a cut. And hopefully that should manage them for another couple of months, maybe until next year. I don't think there will be any more cattle going into this field this year, so I can afford to give it a mulch and give the ground and the grass and the rushes and anything else a good skimming, put it low to the ground. So yeah, there are the rushes that I'm topping, which is not too bad. We'll probably set up the camera somewhere eventually, do a quick time lapse, but I'll keep topping away here nice and steady, high first, 1500 revs as usual, as always, and we'll get it done. mulcher, I'm going to cut maybe another 4 or 5 inches off the tops of them, off the tops of the topped rushes, the cut rushes. With the mulcher, it'll just get them down a little bit lower than what it is. So yeah, you can just see a lot of them. There's more there. Just to go in and just level it out that little bit more with the mulcher. But before I come in with the mulcher, especially this half of the field, the other half isn't too bad, but there's stretches in it that are fairly bumpy and uneven. A lot of this half is bumpy and uneven. So as I mentioned at the start of the video, the father did tell me before he went on holiday, once I get this topped, to go over and give it a quick roll-in as well. But it was also my intention to give it a quick roll-in before I come in with the mulcher, just to make sure that if there's any sort of mounds that the cows left behind them along their hoof tracks or anything like that, just to level it off, give me a nice plain sort of level-ish surface to then go in with the mulcher and mulch it. So yeah, I have the 135 full of diesel ready to go, and I have the roller greased and oiled and all that stuff ready to go. So I'll go ahead and I'll make a start at it. All rolled. So I didn't make any video of the rolling because I still have a bit to do, and it's getting on in the day. So we roll this field the same way every single year, and what I mean by that is the way I rolled it was I rolled that far end first, so the far end to the other side of the drain. The bit that I topped first, I rolled first, and then the bit that I topped second, which is this bit here, I rolled then lash. So I sort of went up and around in that bit and up and around in this bit. So nothing too hectic. And now I thought that the ground conditions would be too hard for the roller and it wouldn't have made as much of an impact, because when it comes to rolling, as I mentioned before, you want a bit of sponginess or play or leeway in the ground itself. But whether or not you can see, it did sort of level it out nicely. So those were sort of cow hooves there, and then there were sort of mounds, small just little mounds that might have upset or damaged the tractor or the mulcher in some way. So that's now more more smoother, more level for when I come in with the mulcher, and it's more or less the same everywhere else. You can see it's leveled that bit out there as well. So I didn't think it would have had much of an impact, but clearly it has. Plus the roller is full of water, so it's not empty. When it comes to the roller, it's sort of split in half. There's a little slit in the middle. On one side you have your little bung on the side to either take the water out or to put the water in. That side is full of water, and then the other half is full of water as well. So yeah, happy days. All that is topped and all that is rolled and ready for mulching, and I cannot wait to come in here with the tractor and start mulching, because it will be its first proper test, the first time we've properly used the mulcher since we got it in, I don't know when we got it, February, March, April, at the start of the year, springtime. So again, not too bad. And here you can see sort of cow hooves, so there was mounds there and everywhere, so it sort of leveled that out. I don't know, can you see it properly on the camera? But it has done a nice job indeed. So when I come with the mulcher to take another maybe 3 or 4 inches off that stub, and it's, you know, any stubs like that that's out there in the field, you know, it's going to be, again here with this one, another couple of inches off that with the mulcher, tidy it up nicely. But yeah, Again, I don't know, I don't think the camera is probably picking it up too well, but it is a hell of a lot smoother than what it was before I came in and rolled it. Here would be probably another roughish area, which is nice and smooth. So yeah, I'm actually quite happy with how that turned out rolling wise. Did not think it would do much, but the matter of the fact is that it done plenty. Over here, so this section here was where their ring feeder was, so they were spending a lot of time there. You have your drinker there, but I couldn't get too far in. And then above there is the trough where they get their mail, which is another area where it'll be more sort of lumpy and bumpy and humpy. But around here, you see, when you have no grass in the way and you can just see the results there, just the actual dirt itself without the grass, you can see it much better. But yeah, just think of this just out there underneath the grass. That's basically what it's done, just that you cannot see the majority of it because it's under grass. So yeah, I am very happy indeed with how that rolling came out. But anyways, we'll have to put the mulcher on the International 674 now, and we'll get that tuned up, and then hopefully maybe tomorrow or whenever come in here and see how the mulching goes. Indeed, cannot wait. I cannot wait. And before I tackle the flail mulcher, putting it on the tractor and sharpening the flails, I want to do one quick job on the David Brown 850 here, and it's, so you might be able to see that there's a clip missing on the pipe. I have a new one there. So basically what happened to that, it just rushed it away. It rushed it so much that you could stick your hand in, give it a little wiggle, and it would break off, which is exactly what happened. So there is one or two ways that I could go about this. I can pull the pipe off and then slip on the clip and then stick the pipe back on and tighten up the clip, or I could loosen the clip fully and let it open, wrap it around the pipe, and then sort of secure it and then tighten it, if you know what I mean. And I think that's the way I'm going to do it. I'm just going to loosen this up fully so that it's sort of not stuck in the circle. I can stretch it out and just put it out, squeeze it onto the pipe, and then close it back up again into the circle, because I don't think that pipe is going to come off too handy. I've tried, and I think it's just cemented onto the little tit that it's stuck on. So a flathead screwdriver and a spanner are the two options I have here. So I'll go get the tools, and whichever one is the most handiest and convenient is to be the one that I use, I guess. Okay, so I got what I need. I have a 7mm spanner, flathead screwdriver, and my clip. So what I want to do is just loosen this out fully. Okay, so I have it loosened, as you can see. So all I'm going to do is stretch it out like that, put it around the pipe, and then tighten it up again. So I'm going to put this around the pipe and then secure it, and then I'll show you then after I finish that. And there we go, a new one is on, and it's good and tight, and it's not going to go anywhere. So I won't lie, I did struggle a little bit to try and actually get the when I had it loosened fully to try and get it on a thread or two, because I needed an extra hour or two trying to keep this closed with a screwdriver or the spanner, trying to get a couple of threads on to keep them in place and then go hand and tighten it. Just, you don't have a whole lot of room to work with. But I got there, eventually I got there, and I don't know why I didn't think of this first when I was getting the tools, but you know, one of the best inventions ever made, a ratchet with a 7mm socket, and that made life a hell of a lot easier to tighten it into its position rather than slobbering with a screwdriver or a spanner. So good invention, good invention. Anyways, that's that job done. I'll tidy up all the tools again, and we will go and get the tractor, the International 674, and the flail mulcher ready for tomorrow. And while I'm under there, I don't want any accidents, so I won't put in the PTO until I have the flails sharpened. Better to be safe than sorry. Safety and all that, so that's what I need to sharpen. And I think when I made the video when we first bought it, I think I said there's 36 or 38 flails, so I'll just get the grinder and give them a quick rub just to give them that little bit of a sharpen, and once they're sharpened they'll cut that little bit better than what they are now. The PTO shaft is greased, there's oil in this, that's where you can put your oil in, and this is your little leveler so you don't overdo it. But other than that, she's ready to go. It's ready to go to do a bit of mulching. So yeah. Oh, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. And as Sir David Attenborough once said, now we wait until tomorrow when we can start mulching. So yeah, everything is done and dusted. There's oil in that, enough oil in that. The PTO shaft is greased and the flails are also sharpened, all ready to go for tomorrow when I start mulching. And let me tell you something, I cannot wait to get out and use this properly for the first time. Well, when I mean properly for the first time, it'll be my actual first time using it. We did give it one quick test run down the field, just done a ring around the field, but that was basically it. And it was the brother that was driving the tractor. But this will be its first proper job, and we'll see how it gets on. So yeah, happy days, happy days. But anyways, that is going to be the end of today's video. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out my merch, the link to that will be down in the description, and I'll see you in my next video very soon. Take care.